Welcome back to Ultimate S&S. So we are going to discuss a few things that you can do to better provide food for your family in these uncertain times that we live in, with prices going up at the store and availability of things starting to dwindle down. We're going to be seeing that happen more and more and more. So we want to discuss some tips on what you can do to be able to provide and feed your family over the next several months going into the years ahead. Understand sustainability is only as effective as what you put into it. If you think you're going to throw a few seeds on the ground and just have a really good crop, that's not the way things work. You have to get out, you have to till it, you have to work that soil, you have to sweat, man. That is where it's at. It's going to help you get in better shape. It's going to help you be able to provide for your family now fresh foods and things like that that's not coming in boxes. So there's nothing wrong with stocking up with long-term shelf food, whether it be dry, canned, or whatever, but it really helps if you have those fresh foods available as well, because that's going to help offset some of that negative stuff from the MSGs and things like that. But when it comes down to it, really, starvation kills a whole lot quicker and is a lot more deadly, and than say eating some potted meat or something like that. So I think it's important that we just really look at the projects we got going on around here, kind of show you what we're doing, and explain to you that just these few little projects I got has offset grocery bills. It has really helped put money in the pockets, and it's been providing us with a good constant source of food. So here we go, guys. So things are coming in pretty nice. We have our golden zucchini there. Got some tomato plants growing. Another zucchini plant. Over here we have our cantaloupe starting to come in. Over here we have more of our zucchini coming in. Then some cucumber plants coming in over here. We're going to be setting up a screen mesh over here for them to climb. Of course, we have our quail. They're all doing good. We're getting about 36 eggs a day now from these guys. So over here we have our chickens. We have 3 black Australorps. They are the black ones. The big one in the back, that is a Brahma hen. And then our little runt running around over here, this is a brown leghorn. She's about 5 weeks younger than the rest, so she's got a ways to go before she gets large enough to start laying. But we're averaging between 2 and 3 eggs a day now. The Brahma, she lays about once every 3 days, and it's just been kind of pick of the draw, I guess, with her, because every egg that she has laid has been a double yoker. Really hard to talk while you're doing that, buddy. Then we have Stan over here. This is my auxiliary rooster. He is a black copper Moran. He's not very friendly as far as wanting to come check things out, but we might get him out here in a second. But if you look, I just used some old panels and laid on top. That creates a shade area for him. You want to make sure that your birds can get out of their coop. You don't want them hiding in the coop trying to stay out of the sun, because yes, they can get sunburn on them as well. But they will get in there, it'll get way too hot inside, and they can end up dying. So you want to make sure you give them a shaded area to keep fresh water down. I come out and change his water twice. It just, I don't want to drink hot water any more than anybody else does. So I figured the birds probably would appreciate that same respect. But it's important that whatever your project is, that you're making sure that you take care of your animals, you're taking care of your gardens, whatever it is that you're doing. Does it pay off? I think it pays off. I'm averaging about 3 eggs a day now, sometimes 4, just depends if that Brahma has laid. She tends to lay about every 3 or 4 days, and it's usually a double yolk, and it's about twice the size of the eggs of the other hens. The eggs are progressively getting bigger, which is nice, but that pretty much puts food on the table for the mornings, and then everything that the quail are doing. We're getting about 36 eggs a day now from those, and that is quite a bit of food for 2 people. So I've been giving a lot of eggs away. What I do is I put them back, and as they get close to the end of their life, their shelf life, or whatever you would call it, table life, I make sure I give it to family members that want to boil some eggs and things like that, if I don't feel like boiling them. But I'm not got a shortage of eggs by any means, which has been nice. Then what the garden is putting out, that has been really great. Just frying up zucchini and squash, adding some fresh eggs to that, and then throwing in some shredded cheese. Typically we'll try to take and put in some sort of meat. You know, usually I like corned beef with it pretty good, but you know, it just depends on what you want to eat. But you can put that stuff back, or you can go ahead and eat that as it comes out and use that money that you would use for your groceries to just go ahead and start getting your canned foods and things like that. Because if you don't have a pressure canner, it gets kind of expensive. It's getting harder to find the glass jars to can your food. It's getting harder to find the lids and the bands and things. And when you can find them, the price of it has almost tripled. So these are just a few little things that you can do that's going to help you get in a little bit better sustainability situation. I think it's important that people realize that just because food's running out on the shelf, or maybe the variety is not there, there's a lot of things you can do around your own home to grow what it is you want to eat. Now, understand if you're doing a lot of fruits, which would be like strawberries and trees and things like that, it can take a little while to get all that established in. While you will get fruit from, say, strawberry plants, it takes years for those roots to develop and to be able to run a field to give you a strawberry field. Same thing with trees, any kind of blueberry bushes, stuff like that. It can take a year or two before that starts developing. So you need to get that stuff in the ground now, but you need to look at things that will start producing fruit within 2 to 3 months, which is going to be most of your garden variety vegetables and things like that as well. So I hope everyone's having a great day. It's just one of those things where if you're not improving your situation every day, all it takes is just, if all you're doing is weeding a 4-foot area of your garden, that's 4 foot you don't have to deal with in the next few weeks. And just do a little bit every single day. Watch the heat. Make sure you stay hydrated, especially if you're down here in Florida, because it is getting hot. It's going to be a very hot summer. We have reached a point where we're reaching what they call the summer dearth, which is where most of the plants that are out here have stopped blossoming. And that's going to help me in some ways with the garden, because that's going to be the only flowers available, so that's going to get the pollinators up front. I've noticed they're coming in more up front, so that's going to be great for the garden on that aspect of things. But won't get off here. Everyone have a wonderful day.
Hey, hit that subscribe button. It's right there. Did they hit the subscribe button?